What would you do if the two people you trusted most in the world betrayed you in the same breath? What if your own mother, the woman who raised you, was sleeping with your husband, and neither of them felt the need to apologize? I didn't find out through gossip. I didn't hear it secondhand. I walked in. I saw it. And they didn't even try to hide it. This is the story of how my entire life exploded, in one single afternoon. Jake and I were college sweethearts. We met in a literature class. He sat behind me and made sarcastic comments under his breath during every lecture. I laughed the first time. By week 3, we were inseparable. He was the kind of guy who remembered your coffee order, left notes in your bag, and kissed your forehead every morning like we were still teenagers. I thought I won the lottery. We got married 5 years later in a small, cozy ceremony. Just close friends, a few relatives, and of course, my mom. She cried during our vows. Hugged Jake like he was already her son. Told me I was the luckiest girl alive. I believed her. After Dad died, Mom became a bigger part of our life. She'd stay over sometimes when she was lonely, helped me plan dinners. Even watched our dog when Jake and I went on weekend trips. It felt normal. Natural. Safe. If someone had told me then what was really happening behind the scenes, I would have laughed in their face. But small things started to feel off. And once you notice one crack, the whole foundation starts to crumble. It started with Jake being too busy all the time. Late nights at work. Weekend trips he couldn't explain. A new phone passcode he said was for security reasons. I wanted to believe him. I really did. But then my mom started acting strange too. She'd show up unannounced when Jake was home alone. She'd call him directly about things that should have gone through me, plumbing issues, groceries, even our vacation plans. It felt territorial. One night, I saw a text pop up on Jake's phone while he was in the shower. It said, "Last night was risky, but worth it. Miss you already." No name. Just a heart emoji. When I asked who it was, he brushed it off. Said it was a work joke. I wanted to believe him. But my gut screamed otherwise. Still, I told myself it was just stress. That I was being paranoid, that there's no way my mom and husband were hiding something from me. Until I found the earring. I was cleaning under our bed when I found it. A single, gold hoop earring. Definitely not mine. I don't wear hoops. I haven't since college. It looked exactly like the kind my mom wears. I froze. My stomach dropped. I tried to tell myself maybe she lost it while vacuuming or helping me change sheets during one of her sleepovers. But something deeper in me knew. It wasn't just an earring. It was evidence. Still, I needed more than a gut feeling. So I started watching them. I checked our Ring camera footage when I was away at work. Once, on a Thursday afternoon, I saw my mom entering our house. I never gave her a key, but she had one. And Jake was home that day. The footage cut off after 10 minutes. Jake had disabled it from the inside. That same night, they both acted totally normal. Mom baked cookies. Jake rubbed my shoulders. I felt insane. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I followed my own husband. He told me he was going to a late client meeting. I watched him drive to a small motel 2 towns over. An hour later, my mom pulled into the same parking lot. That moment didn't just break me, it erased every memory I thought was real. I waited. 2 hours later, they came out. Laughing. Holding hands. He kissed her. I recorded the whole thing. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat at the kitchen table, phone in hand, waiting. When they walked in, I played the video. Jake went pale. My mom didn't even blink. She looked at me and said, "You weren't happy, Emma." We didn't mean for it to happen, but it did. No apology. No shame. Just that cold, smug calm. That night, I left and slept in my car. The betrayal felt like acid in my veins. I replayed every memory of the three of us, dinners, birthdays, holidays, and realized I was always the third wheel. I wasn't angry at first. I was numb. But the rage came later. Hot, suffocating, wild. I wanted to break things. To scream. To hurt them the way they hurt me. But instead, I filed for divorce. Jake tried to call. My mom left voicemails crying, saying I misunderstood. I blocked them both. But I wasn't okay. For weeks, I couldn't eat. I barely slept. I lost 10 pounds and had to take a leave from work. The worst part? I felt embarrassed. Like I had done something wrong. People asked where Jake was. I lied. I couldn't stomach the humiliation of the truth. But then, something shifted. I realized if they didn't feel guilty, why should I carry all the pain? So I stopped surviving, and started planning. The divorce was ugly. Jake tried to fight me on everything, from the house to the dog to our shared savings. But I had the video. And I wasn't afraid to use it. My lawyer said she'd never seen a man fold so fast. I kept the house. Kept our dog. Took half his savings. Jake moved in with my mom, and they had to rent a tiny apartment on the edge of town. Word got out. Family turned on her. Her own sister blocked her. At Thanksgiving, no one invited them. She called me one night crying, saying she had nowhere to go. I hung up. Jake didn't last. He cheated on her within 6 months, with someone even younger. She found out, kicked him out, and now she lives alone. Poetic, isn't it? As for me, I rebuilt. Slowly. I started going to therapy. I got a better job. I even traveled to Europe for the first time, alone. And for once, it felt freeing, not lonely. Eventually, I met someone new. His name's Daniel. He knows my story. Every twisted, painful detail. And he looks at me like I'm the only person in the room. I'm still healing. But I'm no longer broken. And I don't regret losing them. I regret trusting them in the first place. Looking back, the signs were all there. I just refused to see them. I believed that love meant loyalty. That blood meant trust. That family would never hurt you like that. I was wrong. Here's what I've learned: if something feels off, believe it. Don't gaslight yourself into silence. Protect your passwords. Your finances. Your intuition. Don't hand over your trust just because someone shares your DNA. And never, ever, ignore the red flags just because it's inconvenient to face them. I also learned that healing doesn't mean forgetting. I'll never forget what they did, but I've learned to stop letting their betrayal define me. Because at the end of the day, losing 2 people who never loved me the way I deserved was the best thing that ever happened to me. Sometimes, closure isn't an apology. It's freedom. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, you're not alone. Drop your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to hear it. And if this story made you feel anything, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's been through something similar. Your voice matters.